Samoa Joe reigned in part 1. Who is he taking on here in part 2?
He's taking on one of the American Wolves and Eddie Edwards.
Samoa Joe.
The other American Wolf and Davey Richards.
Samoa Joe.
Did not realize they were that close together. Kevin Steen versus Samoa Joe, which is a match I really want to see again.
Yes, again. Man, that's one of the things that made me think that Kevin Owens leaving WWE, this before he resigned and subsequently got injured, but it just would have been cool to see the reformation of Mount Rushmore in AEW.
So
and Samoa Joe taking on that old feud. But
I genuinely think if Kevin Steen was in AEW, they would have put the world title.
I think that too. Yeah, and especially in World's End era with Joe on top. My goodness, that'd be so cool.
Beautiful.
I'm gonna stick with Joe, but it's a struggle.
that one
it's
looked
a
like
struggle. Yes.
Samoa Joe versus Jay Briscoe, R.I.P.
Yes.
R.I.P. to Xavier as well.
Yes. Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe versus Adam Cole, baby.
He does bring the boom, but he falls to Samoa Joe.
I'm not gonna lie, I forgot this next guy was the ROH World Champion at one point. Samoa Joe versus Michael Elgin.
Samoa Joe.
Yeah. Samoa Joe versus the franchise, Jay Lethal. Do not envy you at this moment.
So Joe taught Jay Lethal everything he knows, but he didn't teach him everything Samoa Joe knows, so Samoa Joe stays on top.
Samoa Joe versus Kyle O'Reilly.
Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe versus the fallen angel Christopher Daniels.
I love Christopher Daniels. And the idea of him being on top, it felt right.
It was a great moment.
I think I'm going to give it to Christopher Daniels.
Wow! What an upset. I like it. I ain't mad at it, though. Christopher Daniels versus Cody. Not Cody Rhodes, just Cody.
Christopher Daniels.
Christopher Daniels versus Dalton Castle.
Christopher Daniels.
Christopher Daniels versus Matt Taven.
Christopher Daniels.
Christopher Daniels versus Roosh.
Christopher Daniels.
Christopher Daniels versus PCO. Oh, yeah, I forgot he was watching.
Christopher Daniels.
That was good. That was a good one. Christopher Daniels versus Bandito, the current ROH World Champion.
Christopher Daniels.
Christopher Daniels versus Jonathan Gresham.
Christopher Daniels.
Christopher Daniels versus Claudio Castagnoli.
Christopher Daniels.
Christopher Daniels versus Chris Jericho.
Christopher Daniels.
Christopher Daniels versus Eddie Kingston.
Christopher Daniels.
Christopher Daniels versus Mark Briscoe.
Christopher Daniels is my favorite Ring of Honor World Champion, and my other favorite thing is Gamble Comics, which you can get to by following the link in the description of this or any other video on the channel.